Imagine this. It's 1820 on a small farm in Tennessee, and a man named John Bell is on his deathbed. His family is watching in horror as an unseen entity torments him, its voice echoing through their home and boasting that it was poisoning him. Bell died on December 20th. And immediately after, his family found a strange vial filled with a dark liquid in the cupboard. And the entity, which had nicknamed itself Kate, bragged that it had given John a fatal dose. To test the claim, they gave a single drop to the family cat, and it died almost instantly. This terrifying event wasn't a quiet, ghostly haunting. It was violent, loud, and aggressive. And it was the work of something humanity has a very specific name for, a name that reveals exactly what it is. The word we use for these phenomena, poltergeist, comes directly from the German language, and it's a combination of two words, poltern meaning to knock or to make a loud noise, and geist meaning ghost or spirit. So a poltergeist, quite literally, is a noisy ghost or a rumble spirit. The term first appeared in English text around the 1840s, giving a name to the force that had been terrorizing people for centuries. But long before the German term became well known, cultures all over the world were reporting the same kind of terrifying activity. And in the first century, the historian Flavius Josephus wrote about an exorcism where, as proof of the spirit had departed, a bowl of water placed far from the afflicted person overturned on its own. And similar accounts of noisy, disruptive spirits pop up in the histories of Brazil, Australia, Japan, and all across Europe, proving this is a truly global mystery. In northern England, they weren't even called poltergeists, they were called boggarts. The most infamous account in American history is the one that started it all for the Bell family, the legend of the Bell Witch. The haunting started subtly in 1817 in what is now Adams, Tennessee. John Bell saw a bizarre creature in his field with the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit. He shot at it and it vanished. Soon after, the real terror began inside the house. The family was subjected to knocking sounds, had their bed sheets ripped from them as they slept, and were pinched, slapped, and tormented by an invisible force. The main targets were John Bell himself and his young daughter Betsy. Eventually, the entity developed a voice and took on the nickname Kate, sometimes claiming to be the witch of a neighbor, Kate Batts. Kate terrorized the family for years, violently opposing Betsy's engagement to a local boy named Joshua Gardner. The major disturbances only subsided in 1821 after Betsy, under immense pressure, broke off the engagement. However, the entity promised to return, and it did so briefly in 1828. Centuries later, in Ocean Away, another case would capture the world's attention and introduce a powerful element of doubt. The year was 1977, and in a council house in Enfield, London. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, called the police to report the furniture was sliding across the floor. The responding police officer even signed a statement that she saw a chair move inexplicably. What followed was a 2-year siege of paranormal activity. The Hodgson children, especially 11-year-old Janet, were at the center of it all. There were more than 2,000 documented incidents, including reports of levitation, thrown toys, strange knocking sounds, and even a gruff, disembodied voice that seemed to speak through Janet. But the Enfield case also exposed the central problem of poltergeist investigations. The investigators themselves caught the girls faking some of the events. Janet was filmed bending spoons and caught banging a broomstick on the ceiling. While the investigators believed that only some of the phenomenon were faked, skeptics pointed to this as proof of an elaborate hoax. Then there are the photos that supposedly show Janet levitating. Skeptics argue that they just show her jumping on the bed, but the photographer and other investigators maintain they witnessed genuine and possible movements. So what exactly is a poltergeist? This is the core of the mystery. Skeptics argue that most cases are just clever trickery, often by adolescents seeking attention in a stressful household. The admitted pranks at Enfield and theories that Betsy Bell might have used ventriloquism seem to support this idea. And another theory points not to spirits but to the living. This is called recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, or PK. And this idea suggests that the incredible stress and hormonal changes of adolescence could cause a person to unconsciously project mental energy into the physical world, moving objects without ever touching them. And then there's the original explanation, a spirit, a noisy, chaotic, and sometimes malevolent ghost. And believers point to the hundreds of documented eyewitnesses, from police officers to journalists, who have sworn they saw something impossible. From an ancient German word to a Tennessee farmhouse and a London council house, the story of the poltergeist is a story of chaos invading the ordinary. and it's a phenomenon that sits uncomfortably between documented fact, outright fraud, and the enduring power of the human mind. A definitive answer may never be found, but the accounts persist, leaving us all to wonder what really happens when the knocking starts. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the unknown, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more strange histories. And let me know in the comments which poltergeist case you find the most compelling. Whether they are troubled spirits or troubled minds, poltergeists force us to question the very boundary between the world we can see and the unsettling forces that might just lie beyond it.